Hello, today I'm going to do metallic toned holiday ornaments. I'm going to start by using my plastic shatterproof clear round ornaments from Michaels. They come in a pack of 25. They're $19.99, but you always want to make sure that you use your coupons. Okay, so when you take them out, what you want to do is make sure that you remove the little metal top and set it aside in a safe place so that you don't lose it. Now, to create the pouring medium, what you want to do is use some high gloss base C. This is actually from Lowe's, and if you get your paints from Home Depot, then you'll want to use a base 3. So it's either a base C or a base 3. This is the High Gloss Interior Exterior by Valspar, base C. I'm going to use 2 parts of the base along with 1 part of polycrylic clear gloss. Now, not semi-gloss, but clear gloss. Again, it is 2 parts of the base to 1 part of the gloss. What I like to do is create my pouring medium in a separate container and have it all mixed up and ready to go so that when I need to make a fast color, I can just do 1 teaspoon of paint to 2 tablespoons of the pouring medium. Okay, let's set that one aside. The base paint that we're going to use, that in effect is going to be the primer and pillow paint. For me, I again have gone to Lowe's and I've used the Valspar semi-gloss interior white base. And what I do is I take this and I just pour it into a quart-sized container because it's easier for me to manage that way. So what we're going to do is start by putting on a glove because house paint tends to be very, very, very bad for our skin. So take the top off. I'm going to just put my finger inside and hold it at the lip of the ornament and dip it all the way in so that just the neck is not covered, and let it drain off. And this allows me to not waste too much paint. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and mount it on our stand. Oops. Okay, there we go. And then just take a popsicle stick and help it along the neck. Okay, I'm not sure why this isn't sitting straight. I'm going to just help that along the neck and make sure that it's covered. The excess will go ahead and drain off. And do the same thing with your second bulb. Go ahead and dip it in and let it drain off. And you can see right here how there's no paint in this one area. Not to worry, you're going to use your craft stick to go ahead and pull the paint down the side of the bulb onto the neck. And it'll all get covered up. Okay. This is one of those times where gravity is actually your friend and not your enemy. And those are my crazy dogs that are barking in the background. I think it might be a little bit blustery outside. They do not like the wind. Okay, so now that we have our bulbs primered, I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Now the colors that I'm using today are by Deco Art. I'm using the 24 karat gold metallic. This has to be my very favorite metallic paint. It has such a gorgeous shimmery look to it. It's like real liquid gold. It's so beautiful. And then we're going to use the Blick Acrylic Metallic Copper. And this one also has such a lovely sheen to it. And you can see by the consistency of the paint, it runs off the stir stick, but it doesn't clump. The next color that we're going to use, and this is going to be for a pop of color, is by Pebeo Studios Acrylic, and this is the Iridescent Blue-Green. I love this color, but I tend to love the blue-greens anyway. And in the event that your paint and pouring medium is a little bit too thick, all you have to do is just add a tiny, tiny bit of the polyacrylic back in, just the smallest amount, and stir it up and you will be just fine. The last color that I'm going to be using, also by Pebeo Studio Acrylics, is the Iridescent Silver. And that is such a lovely shade of silver. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the gold. Now what we're going to do is just put a little blob on top. Not a lot of paint needs to be used with this technique, but we're going to go ahead and put a tiny, tiny blob on top. Okay? There we go. And next will be the copper. Make sure that when you are mixing your paints with the pouring medium that you really spend time mixing it. You don't want to be aggressive and beat it like an egg, but you do want to make sure that you scrape down the sides and that you really incorporate that pouring medium in with paint. Okay, a little bit of copper on top. Again, I like to do 2 at a time so that I have consistency in the final product. That way I know that I'm going the same amount of paints in the same order. Now for my pop of color, I'm going to put my Iridescent Blue-Green. And I'm going to finish it with some silver. Now, for my cell activator, generally I've been using the titanium white. This time, because they're metallics, I've decided to go ahead and use a black cell activator. And for my black cell activator, I'm using the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic Black mixed with 2 parts of Floetrol to 1 part paint. And we're going to go ahead and put it right on top, just a little bit. And then we will blow straight down. Okay, here we go. And to help the paint along, oh wow, this is so pretty. I'm going to turn it around so you can see what's happening on the back side. Holy cow, this is so gorgeous. You just want to take a straw and just blow down gently on the sides, and you can use a little bit more cell activator if you want, or if you feel that there isn't enough paint to cover your globe, you can go back and add more, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Okay, let that one come down. So on this one, because the paint was sliding down this way, not enough paint came down on this side. So what I'm going to do is apply some paint so that it'll go down the sides, and it's going to start to run down because obviously it's not on a flat surface anymore. But if you go quickly, you should be able to get this done. Pop of color, and last is the silver. And then, that might have been too much silver. And cell activator. And now I'm going to turn it around so I can blow down, but I'll use my straw. Okay. I'll turn it back around so you can see what happened. So as you can see, I have these lovely cells right here, and the paint is starting to go down the sides. Now I'm not happy with how this one is looking right here, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of the teal and silver so that it has a little bit more of that color pop we're looking for. Okay. Wow. Let me show you ones that I've done earlier today. Here we go. I don't know if you can see those. These are so subtly beautiful. And what I'll do when they're all done is I'm going to take the Winsor Newton General Purpose High Gloss Varnish. I'll give it a spray after they've dried for 24 hours. I'll give this a spray. And then what I like to do is shake some of the glitter. And this is the ultrafine glitter, crystal diamond. And I like to shake it on throughout the whole globe. And then I give it a final spray of the varnish and let it sit upside down like this for another 24 hours before attaching the metal prongs back. So when you're attaching the prongs, just bear in mind, because there's paint now on it, what you want to do is you want to gently push these back just the tiniest bit so that they don't get caught on the underside of the globe when you go to put it back on. And that's it for my metallic based with a pop of color holiday globes. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.